Hi everyone, a very good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to this session. We are going to go through a couple of more questions of mains level in this session today. So let me know if I'm properly audible and visible. You can let me know in the chat. Okay. So those who are watching me for the first time, you don't know who I am. I'm your faculty of English, Niharika Mam, and I take regular sessions here on YouTube. On Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays at 1:30. My classes are on our main channel, which is CGP Mentors. And on Tuesdays, Saturdays, I have classes here on this channel at 1:30, same time. There is an extra session every Saturday 8 p.m. but today it is at 9 p.m. Usually it is at 8, but today it is at 9. And this is on our main channel. It's for CSAT exam. Okay, so we are gonna start with practicing some questions with timer. आपको जो भी क्वेश्चन आएगा समझ के इंस्ट्रक्शन पढ़ के आंसर यहाँ चार्ट में देना है. These are means level question and we need to practice a lot. Okay, for means. There you go. यहाँ पे इंस्ट्रक्शन क्लियरली मेंशन है, so I am not gonna take you through the instruction part. जहाँ पे इंस्ट्रक्शन नहीं होगा मेंशन, there I will maybe guide you a little bit. So there are multiple things to be done in such a question. First, you can see there is a word. You must know the meaning of it. Secondly, the word then is used in one of the options in a form of a fragment of a sentence. So there it should work meaningfully and contextually it should make some sense. Then that fragment should be used in the sentence and that's how the final sentence, the final answer must be. तो इतने काम आपको करने हैं यहाँ पे. Answer in this case is the first one. Now, shenanigans are the silly things that people do, mischievous things that people do. Mostly they don't make any sense, but that's why it's very annoying. So further on the count, Mr. Biden has already emerged as a foil to Mr. Trump owing to the latter's shenanigans, his silly behavior with Ukraine last year, which led to his being impeached. तो उसने कुछ यहाँ पे mischief या was out of the line कुछ करा होगा and that's why he was being impeached. So that's what you can say over here. Okay. Now being impeached which led to, थोड़ा सा ग्रामर भी अगर आप देखोगे, so latter means Mr. Trump. इनका apostrophe is what? We need a noun over here. Okay. So being नहीं आएगा. Ukraine, his Ukraine shenanigans makes no sense कि shenanigans का कोई type है कि वो यूक्रेन से आया है. Impeachment leading to his shenanigans. See, grammatically यहाँ पे what का आंसर noun impeachment आ सकता है, but his shenanigans उल्टी बात हो जाएगी. Because of the shenanigans he was impeached. तो contextually फिर वो नहीं आ पाता था. Next. Have to answer here and please make sure to like, share and subscribe. Answer to this one is C. The red lights glaring in the distance, the noise, smoke of engine would seem to have caused what? An awful consternation among the poor brutes. Consternation is anxiety. So anxiety को cause करना, I can definitely say. Have caused the poor animals to consternation. यहाँ पे grammar syntax गलत है. Have consternation. Seem to have, ये जो है रेड लाइट्स, इनके पास ही एंजाइटी थी. एंजाइटी लोगों में इन लाइट्स ने कॉज करी, नॉइज ने कॉज करी. तो मीनिंग गलत हो जाएगा एंड डी इज अगेन कॉन्टेक्चुअली रॉन्ग. Answer is D. Now, this word is a very popular word that we have seen on and off in the exam. Being verbose is being very talkative, being a person who talks more than needed, wordy person. But the profession was notorious for its conservatism language it used and verbose and esoteric. ना यहाँ पे जब आप बोल रहे हो एंड वर्बोस एंड एसोटेरिक, ऐसे जो एंडिंग हो रही है उसका कोई मीनिंग नहीं निकल कर आ रहा है. एसोटेरिक का मतलब होता है समथिंग विच इज puzzling, confusing. So the profession was notorious for its conservatism. जो प्रोफेशन था उसमें कंजर्वेटिज्म था एंड वर्बोस एंड एसोटेरिक लैंग्वेज. वर्बोस एडजेक्टिव है, तो एडजेक्टिव के साथ में कौन है या क्या चीज है जो वर्बोस है. इट्स अ वर्डी लैंग्वेज एंड quite confusing language it used, and that's why profession was notorious. Okay, by the way, if you're wondering the word notorious here, it's not just used for people. We can use even for things, situation, depending on the context. This is para completion. So there is a blank and then you have A, B, C, D, E sentences. Please use the right sentence to fill the paragraph, to complete the paragraph. Take your time, think, go through the options, eliminate four, select one. I give you a couple of seconds more. more than enough time given, still no answer here. कोई बात नहीं, next से थोड़ा कम दो. Whenever you have blank like so, which is in between of the passage, from here till at least here you will read, like skim and read, and from here onwards आपको थोड़ा slow पढ़ना है. So the US and Indian constitutions diverge in their stability and flexibility, or flexibility very difficult to change. It has simply not involved impervious to changing needs. Constitution of India suffers from converse flaw. It has been amended 103 times. तो क्या difference है stability flexibility को लेके US और Indian constitution में? This kind of recipe for political instability is precisely the worry cited by those who resist attempts to make it. यहाँ पे ये जो इतनी बार चेंजेस हैं, people think that it is something not that useful. Constitution should be changed as often as the subjects want to change them, to bring about what the results of what they want for their political community. Dash Jefferson calculated using actuarial tables how often this should be. तो Jefferson suddenly calculate क्यों करने बैठ गया? So we first of all can really go well with the tone if I know the full name of the person. Thomas Jefferson. He suggested that every generation of Americans should draft its own version to meet particularities of its time. So ये जो Thomas Jefferson है, Jefferson then calculated the things which he mentioned earlier. तो यहाँ पे बहुत अच्छा flow create हो रहा है later on line के लिए. If I use C, that's our answer. Every constitution offers a particular set of solutions. तो ये suddenly Jefferson की बात क्यों कर रहा है? The histories of the US and Indian constitution show two related political and legal systems evolving over time and their variation. But again, यहाँ पे how this should be, this क्या है, किसको हम बता रहे हैं यहाँ पे, क्या indicate कर रहे हैं? Moreover, if constitution are tools, then they simply must change over time. Relevant है, लेकिन फिर भी अचानक से एक बात बीच में आ जा रही है और वही हमें नहीं करनी है. The Indian and US Supreme Courts both enjoy the power. ये तो और ज़्यादा extended particular बात है, whereas जो passage है उसमें इतने particular बात अभी तक हमने करना शुरू करी नहीं. Next. Is being perfectionism and standards are two independent terms. Standards are the set of quality norms that are established at the time. Hence, they are not perfect. One thing from the question is very clear that at this point I am not changing my subject. I'm talking about the standards. So I'll continue because hence से ये standards का कोई result मिल रहा है and that says they are not perfect. So why they are not perfect, उसका जो भी answer है वो यहाँ पर आएगा. It's very simple to understand. They can be reviewed from time to time and can be changed according to the situation. क्योंकि changeable है इसलिए perfect नहीं है. Perfect होते तो change क्यों करते हैं ना? I hope you're understanding the reasoning here. यहाँ पे ये answer था. Perfect work from your point of view can be imperfect from the points of view of others. This is true, but hence they are not perfect. तो ये दे क्या है अगर A सही आंसर है तो? It is next to impossible to expect all factors to line up in such a manner to result in perfect behavior. Hence, factors are not perfect. Makes no sense. ये दे जो है उसका noun भी तो होना चाहिए उसके पहले वाले sentence में, yeah? So if perfectionism is inward, you keep high demands for precision and push yourself. तो ये भी not perfect को justify नहीं कर रहा है. Perfectionism का subject चाहिए ही नहीं because we are continuing to talk about standards here. बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन है, एक बार पढ़ो क्या करना है इसमें एंड देन आंसर. So in such a question, now there is like an additional task for you. Not only have to fill a sentence, you have to fill it at the right position. You need to see कि ये sentence कहाँ पैराग्राफ के फ्लो के साथ में जा रहा है, where it is not just abruptly added. The piece of information you get should match with the information in the sentence previous to the blank and after the blank. तो वो सारी चीज़ें आपको बहुत ही ध्यान से देखनी है. Anyone the answer? Okay, no worries, I'll explain. So third place, we are gonna use this sentence. अभी क्या हो रहा है ना? Let's first read that what passage is saying. According to estimates by World Urbanization Prospects, India will see increased population in absolute numbers. By 2050, more people will be added to its cities than are currently living in them. So even as I read this, I know that according to estimates and ये by 2050 is also part of estimate. तो इसके बीच में तो कुछ आना नहीं चाहिए. However, there are several aspects of governance and delivery requiring the government to initiate reforms. This piece provides three policy priorities for the center. अब यहाँ पे है cities have been a relatively recent priority among policy makers. Cities के respect में है. And governments have become inclined to announcing old mission every few years. So we are saying by 2050 more people will be added to the cities. तो cities के respect में क्या क्या हो रहा है? There is a prediction that 2050 तक बहुत सारे cities में लोग move हो जाएंगे. And with respect to the same tone, cities जो हैं, that's the reason that the cities have been recent priority among the policy makers, because यहाँ पे they can see कि वहाँ पे ज़्यादा चीज़ें हो रही हैं. However से अब जो है contrast introduce हो जाता है, that continues till the end. So that's how you understand the sentence fits right there at the third position. Answer is position. Stringent rent control laws and extremely low rental yields used incentives to rent houses. क्या हुआ होगा जहाँ पे रिडक्शन? The situation of affordable housing supplies continues to be dire despite a policy push by the government. ये definitely starting में नहीं आ सकता, because now this sentence gives me the opening. Direct provision of public housing has not succeeded. This issue cannot be resolved. Not succeeded जो चीज़ है वही तो issue है, तो second और third भी eliminate हो गए. Now, through creating a stock of ownership housing alone and requires rental housing to thrive. देखो rental housing की बात इस point पे से शुरू हुई है. Dash. Maybe here, but let's read ahead. In urban India, the share of rental housing to total fell from 54 to 28. Now I can say that the stringent rent control laws and low rental yields reduced incentives to rent houses. When I know this fact कि rental housing की situation क्या है, what exactly is going on, that it fell, the share of it fell from 54 to 28, then I can say that this is due to stringent laws and low rental yields that this has happened. So once I have introduced the downfall, or the rate that has fallen, then I can make this statement, and that's why fifth के अलावा और कोई जगह ही नहीं थी इसके लिए. is the third plan. With continuous innovation in the consumer durable sector, the propensity to generate waste is increasing. This point actually is an extension of something else जो हमने बताया होगा कोई problem, and then we are saying कि जो continuous innovation है उससे help हो सकती है. So India will overtake China as the world's most populated country. This is happening at a time when we expect a growth rate. So this what the overtaking of India. तो यहाँ पे first place पे तो नहीं आएगा. A combination of these two factors is bound to create a big demand. Okay, now it is bound to create a big demand for all kind of commodities. Commodities in country को introduce हमने third blank के पहले करा है. With continuous innovation in the commodity sector, in other words consumer durable sector, the propensity of waste also is increasing. As day-to-day economy becomes commercialized, even waste associated with food such as all these are piling up. देखो सी की जो जो सी ऑप्शन है थर्ड की जगह पर हम लगा रहे हैं, वी आर टॉकिंग इन अ वेरी जेनेरिक वे दैट जैसे जैसे ये कंज्यूमर कमोडिटी सेक्टर जो है वो बढ़ता जाएगा, तो चांसेस है वेस्ट के वो भी इंक्रीज होंगे जनरेट होने के. Then we are narrowing down, we are talking about the specific waste associated with food. So एक inverted pyramid strategy हम follow करते हैं whenever we go ahead with this पेजेस पैराजम्बल्स वहाँ पे जब अरेंज करना होता है वो सेम टेक्निक है किसी भी पैराग्राफ के लिए. ब्रॉडर इंफॉर्मेशन कम्स फर्स्ट, यू देन नैरो इट डाउन. तो यहाँ पे दिस इज ब्रॉडर इंफॉर्मेशन एंड इमीडिएटली थर्ड ब्लैंक के बाद में यू आर स्पेसिफाइंग द काइंड ऑफ वेस्ट. तो इसलिए आंसर इसका थर्ड वन था. Again is third. This is a very good hint word you can have. I mean, just hope for some hint word like this or these. This requires reform and development of the financial sector that can play role of this intermediation. So intermediation पहले होगा, then only we can say this and the other this. Gross savings constitute savings of households, private corporate sector, public sector. Now, savings by household sector is the most prominent component. The large financing needs of investment in infra require long-term financial savings of household to increase and to be channeled for this need. this is something that is taking place, that the needs, large financing needs, they require long term savings of households to increase and to be channeled. अभी long term financial saving requires reform and development. That's the way they can play the role in this intermediation. यही तो intermediation है. The first is the reform on the saving side, और first, second, third क्या है वो बात की बात है. So it is very clear again from the passage. Try to understand the flow. Take help of hint words like so. यहाँ पे बहुत क्लियर था कि हम इस पॉइंट पर इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं दैट देयर इज लार्ज फाइनेंसिंग नीड्स तो है दैट रिक्वायर द लॉन्ग टर्म सेविंग्स, ओके, एंड दिस इन टर्न रिक्वायर्स रिफॉर्म एंड डेवलपमेंट. ये वाला फ्लो ज़्यादा इजी था डिटेक्ट करना, समझना. Okay. The answer here is the second. Now, please again focus. Bank deposits constitute the bulk of financial savings, though its share in overall has seen a dip. हालांकि कम है, but then it constitutes to the bulk of the portion. Shares की बात हो रही है, okay? Dash. Still, 57% of the savings are in cash. Deposits leave a very small portion of savings. शेयर्स एंड डिबेंचर्स कॉन्स्टिट्यूट अ स्मॉल पार्ट. अब बता रहे हो कि किसका कितना पार्ट है, किसका कितना पार्ट है इन ओवरऑल फाइनेंशियल सेविंग्स ऑफ हाउस होल्ड्स, और हाउस होल्ड्स की कहाँ कितनी सेविंग्स है. सो यू आर कंटिन्यूइंग टू टॉक अबाउट द सेम थिंग. Investments in provident and pension funds have seen a gradual rise, though they still constitute a small proportion of overall savings. Investments in provident and pension funds. देखो अब हम यहाँ पे फंड्स वगैरह की बात कर रहे हैं. तो शेयर्स एंड डिबेंचर्स जो हैं वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूट करते हैं स्मॉल पार्ट का, एंड देन वी आर अगेन नैरोइंग डाउन टॉकिंग अबाउट मोर इन्वेस्टमेंट्स. तो सेकेंड वाले पे एग्जैक्टली यहाँ पे फिट हो रहा है. देखो आगे भी देखो हाउ दी अदर थिंग्स आर नॉट इन द नीड ऑफ एनीथिंग टू बी फिल्ड इन बिटवीन. तो आगे बोल रहा है इंश्योरेंस एंड पेंशन पेनिट्रेशन आर लो. प्रोविडेंट पेंशन फंड्स पेंशन इंश्योरेंस पेनिट्रेशन, उसी की कंटिन्यूएशन, उसी टोन में बात आगे बढ़ रही है. दैट्स व्हाई वी डोंट नीड एनीथिंग जो कि यहाँ इंटरप्ट करे. तो ऐसे भी आप देख सकते हो. लेट्स से यू नो इन क्वेश्चंस में सबसे बड़ा कंफ्यूजन क्या होता है. स्टूडेंट्स आर स्टक मोस्टली बिटवीन टू ऑप्शन. दे विल एलिमिनेट, यहाँ नहीं आएगा, यहाँ नहीं आएगा, यहाँ नहीं आएगा. मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स इट इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी नियर बाय नेक्स्ट वाले, और उन दोनों में से एक आंसर होता है. देन here is the main confusion. Think this way, if you don't use anything here, and then you read the sentence and the next sentence without a blank, वहाँ flow maintain हो रहा है? Is it making sense if you are continuing without any break, without any additional information in a new sentence? If yes, then वहाँ वो sentence जो आपको दिया है वो नहीं आएगा. Just like in this third one, I don't need more information. Provident pension fund से आराम से मैं insurance pension penetration के बारे में बात कर सकती हूँ. But at this point, when I say shares and debentures constitute, तो मैं यही बता रही थी ना previous sentence में 50%, 57% of the savings are in cash and deposits जो है बहुत कम percentage है. तो डिपॉजिट्स का कॉन्स्टिट्यूट कितना हो रहा है, कितना कॉन्स्टिट्यूट कर रहा है डिपॉजिट, कैश कितना कॉन्स्टिट्यूट कर रहा है, फिर आगे शेयर्स वगैरह कितने कॉन्स्टिट्यूट कर रहे हैं. दैट्स व्हाट वी आर सेइंग हियर. ओके, so I hope you are now able to understand this in a better way. Thank you so much all of you for attending this session. Make sure to like and share. Today we have an 8 p.m. class on our main channel CGB Mentors. I would love to see all of you there. Take care all of you. Bye.